We are nearing the end of week 1 for monk mode. So we're on day number 6. And welcome to the channel if you have not been here yet. Um, monk mode is a hyper focus on the things that are important to you. And it provides space to really go after what you want to do. An example of this would be if I want to be a public speaker in the future, which I do. What are things I'm doing every day that project me into that level? How am I getting experience and really just practice in these areas? So monk mode typically would starve a lot of areas and be a hyper focus on other areas, and so that's exactly what it is. So what the 5 things for my monk mode are: 5 minutes of silence every day, 5 pages read every day, typically the Bible, but I also read other books, of course. 5 visits to the cemetery every week. The reason for that is to provide space for reflection. I'm going to die one day. How am I living each day? And then the last 2 are 5 minutes of vlogging, just speaking, understanding how to communicate, tonality, engagement, eye contact. Like people, like talking to a camera can be weird. Like if I'm just like staring here the whole time, then it's like what's slightly less engaging than right here. Right now I'm like locked. So a lot of these things are just good for practice for me. And then the final thing is, 5 miles ran each week. So do I love running? No, but I'm want to condition my body to be healthy, and I think running is great for that. So without further ado, let's talk about the day while I do some dishes. Okay. So I've gone to this, what is it? I always say the gravesite just makes more sense. I've been to the gravesite 4 times this week out of the 5. So I still have one more day to do that. Tomorrow's Saturday. So I will be doing that tomorrow on Saturday. And then once I do that, I'll hit the 5 for the week. I still need to run the 5 miles, which that all can be done in one day. Ideally, should I wait till the last day to do it? No, but that's just how it plays out this week. 5 minutes of silence I have had every single day. It's been like honestly incredible because we're not used to silence. We're used to go go go. Scrolling movies, music, events, and then before you know it, the only time you're silent is when you're sleeping, and then you're not even consciously thinking about your day, who you are, what you did, what you said. So it just provides space for that, but it also provides a time to like allow God to talk to me. Not allow God to talk to me, but more for me to receive what He has. If I'm praying all these prayers, but never waiting to hear back a reply, then it's disrespectful in a way. And I'm just like, in a time where it's so common not to slow down, let's slow down. Especially for my age. I'm 21, so just go, 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 and then you don't slow down till you retire. Like, come on, no. Let's be real here. I don't have to, but it's a wise thing to do to slow down. And so going to the cemetery too, it's just, you look at all these tombstones with dates of days that are like the date they were born, the date they died, and there's just that dash. It's like, how are you living that tiny dash? And in 2 generations, will anyone remember you? Probably not. So what can you do on earth now to really pour out like love, encouragement, sympathy, respect, friendship, fellowship with other people while you're here? Because if it doesn't matter once you leave, like if people aren't going to remember who you are later, then when you're here on earth, like be very intentional about what you do. And so that's been really important. So I'm missing one, I believe. Oh yeah, reading. But man, do I like to read? Yes, I actually do. But most people would say no. So I would say like some people are like recommended a book and then they read it out of obligation and then they hate it and then they skip pages and read the end of the book before they get there and all these things. Listen, pick a book that's actually interesting to you. Like, heck, I'm just going to list a bunch of things. If you want to learn about weightlifting, get a picture book about weightlifting, correct holds and hand positions and resistance bands and like stretching for these things. Like, do that. If your thing is like food, that you hate your mom's cookbook, or like reading whatever, then dude, go get something that a guy you respect makes. You know, there's a lot of cookbooks that are out there from guys that are our age, your age, whatever age you are. Like you read something that interests you. If your thing is cars, brother, I love cars. Man, get a book about cars. And maybe your thing is, why would I do that if I can just watch a movie on it? The thing with that is, watching a movie is enjoyable, but it doesn't cause much thought. You're just consuming at the rate that they want you to consume at. So the movie, like, unless you pause it and you're like, wow, let me just consider that car or that thought, then it just like goes in one ear and out the other. But a book, you can like pause a page, read it again, understand it better, sit with it, and then you make up the story as it goes along. And I think that books, what nonfiction books are real, fiction books are fake. So if you read a fiction book, a book that's fake, right, like a made up story, I think that's better than watching educational TikToks. And maybe that's like, dude, what do you want, man? Like, that's stupid. Like, but hear me out. Your mind, your imaginative mind, is so underused right now because you're just allowing other content creators to cloud it with what they think is good or ideal for you. You have these wonderful thoughts, incredible thoughts, these ideas to start a business, these ideas of how to make a car a little bit better, these ideas of, if I'm going to draw this, it's going to look this certain way, and from this angle you're going to be able to see this second image. All these things, you have these in your head, but you're not allowing yourself to think about them because you're like, oh, content, boom, content, boom, content, boom. You're adopting other people's ideas without even realizing it. Your brain's like, oh yeah, it feels good to like watch that. You would be surprised at how intelligent you actually are when you allow yourself the opportunity to be. Don't expect yourself to be smart if you don't give yourself opportunities to be smart. You are smart and you are capable. Give yourself that space to do that. Reading a book does that. You read a page, it gives you an idea. You sit there, you close the book, you think of the idea. Maybe you write it down. We'll talk about writing stuff down at a different time, but pick up a book that's interesting to you. If you want one book that I think is semi-interesting, pick up the 5 a.m. Club. It's so much less about waking up early and so much more about what you can be capable of. So, hey, that's it for today. Remember, what's the mantra? Do you know the mantra? Adversity shapes the man, boldness defines the warrior.